Hey everyone, you're watching Movie Couple Live, where we talk about the latest in movies and pop culture. I'm Dustin.
I'm Wendy.
And today on the live stream, we're going to be talking about Batgirl movie being canceled.
She-Hulk shifts to a new premiere date.
And Joker 2 gets its release date. All this and more, so grab your coffee, grab your boba, grab your liquid IV with the promo code, The Movie Couple, and let's dive on into what's new on the channel.
Yeah, you guys, welcome. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday!
It really feels like it's a Saturday for some reason. I was saying this to Dustin yesterday when we were coming home, and I'm guessing it's because we had quite a few. Jesus,
Did I just drop something?
We have quite a few events in the last few days, so it really feels like it's like the weekend for some reason, but it is not. It is Wednesday.
Yeah, anyone who follows us on social media on like Instagram might see the fact that we've been to the Prey premiere, we went to the Bullet Train premiere, and it's been a crazy couple of days.
Yes, because
and normally they're not like bop, 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 right back, one right after another.
Yeah, and usually with those events, you're invited. Like, it's cool to be there, and we always obviously are very lucky to have the opportunity to be at like movie premieres or really cool events, but at the same time we get invited so we can create content out of it. That's the whole point of being movie critics and reviewers on the platforms. So we've been kind of chipping away at our reactions and our reviews. So speaking of what's on the channel, we have, I think you guys probably have seen all the trailer reactions, like for Blonde and for Andor. Those are up. We have one more, and the only reason that it's not published is because I haven't created a thumbnail for it, but it's for the film Devotion, which is a epic Korean war. It's not, I mean, it takes place during the Korean War, but it focuses on Jonathan Majors' character and Glenn Powell's character, and they are Navy fighter pilots. So Glenn Powell, again, gets to be in a plane, but in a different era.
I know, he just has that kind of aviator, strong jaw, kind of cocky, kind of Captain America kind of look to him. So he does kind of fit that role, but also Jonathan Majors is in it, and it looks like an incredible movie. So our reaction to that will be up soon, along with our review of Prey.
Yes, Prey, that is coming out only on Hulu Plus. Sorry, there's no such thing as Hulu Plus, guys. Just Hulu. I was going to say Disney Plus because I was thinking you can get the Disney Plus bundle with the Hulu as a part of the package. But yeah, it'll be arriving this week along with Bullet Train. So we'll have movie reviews out for you guys for 13 Lives, for Prey, for Bullet Train, and I want to say there is one more. I think it's Bullet Train.
Bullet Train,
we
and
haven't filmed
13
Bullet
Lives.
Train. We haven't filmed Bullet Train.
No, we have not.
Have to do that.
But we will be doing
today.
that. But the embargo for that does not drop for...
Well, the film's coming out.
Yeah.
So this Friday, so we got to get that filmed nonetheless. Okay, so that's what you guys can look forward to on our channel. And before we dive into all of our topics today, we want to go back up in the chat and check out the super chat from Marvin Martin.
Marvin!
Thank you so much, Marvin. Marvin writes, this is a recommendation by Marvin, who does this a lot for our channel, so we have a growing list of things on top of the things that we have to watch and make content of. Things that we want to read and take in for our own leisure. And Marvin says, Goodman's Unicorn, Choose Your Own Adventure trilogy. Oh, I like that.
I remember the Choose Your Own Adventures. Those were really fun.
I had like a bunch of like Goosebump ones. Those were cool. And Charisma on Command's Joker video. And a question here. If you could make any movie only to cancel at last minute, what would it be?
Sticking with the theme.
Here's the thing. If I'm going to make a movie, I will not cancel. I am not putting my energy, my time, others people's energy, and their time into something just to cancel it. I will find a way to make sure that movie is seen on some sort of a platform somewhere.
Yeah, and you know,
my time is too valuable and other people's time is too valuable for me to cancel their hard work.
I think the only thing that I would have, like, if I knew that was going to happen, it would be something that I would just try so much weird and wacky and dumb stuff just to be like, you know what, it's probably better if people did not see this movie. That would be the only one that I would be like, okay with going almost all the way through production, getting almost all the way done with post-production, and being like, you know what? Let's just scrap it. It's okay. No one needs to see this. This was me just goofing around, and maybe it's best if people don't see this movie.
I suppose, but don't you think though, if you
put so much blood, sweat, and
if
tears.
you have this idea, you want to take care of that, it's going to look the way you envision, So we'll get into all this as far as movie cancellation goes. I'm sure you guys know what we're talking about because it's a part of the topic in just a bit.
Actually, a lot of our topics today do kind of focus around one big theme. And it's weird how all of these news articles actually do have one continuous kind of connective thread. And that is kind of like the merger that happened between Discovery and HBO.
Yeah, what are they called now? Warner Brother Discovery?
Warner Brother Discovery.
Yeah.
So it's weird to see all of these things how all of these things are connected by this one bit of news. So it's going to be interesting to dive into, and it's going to be interesting to see just how much damage or has actually been caused by this.
But we're going to start with some...
Because if I'm not mistaken, before right here, Shane White actually put this...
Wait, move your hand so I can see.
We're professional.
What are you
here.
doing?
Because, that was actually something that kind of goes with one of the topics. Shane White put into the chat that HBO Max will be closing its doors and will be laying off 70% of its staff due to its merger tax incentive. Any show or movie that is in development will be canceled or postponed. It's weird to see the ripple effects of a big merger like this.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking a few more in detail.
Absolutely. So hold on to that question. Not question, but I'm going to try to remember Shane's comment so we can kind of circle back to that. But there are a couple more super chats.
Super chats. Thank you guys so much for your continuous support here on the Movie Couple channel and all of our wackiness that we do.
We got a super sticker with a really cute looking, I think it's a Shibu Inu from Black Banalala. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And then we have a super chat from J Master. Hey Jay. Jay writes, in a just-released TikTok video by Moon Knight director daughter Haya, Oscar Isaac and Mahad Diab both teased that Moon Knight Season 2 may be happening as we speak. Both of them are in Kiri, I think it's how you say it, Egypt. Ooh!
I like the sound of that.
I like the sound of that as well.
Because I have to admit, I loved Moon Knight. I loved Oscar Isaac. And they did leave it in a position to where they can do another season of Moon Knight because they did not really get to explore one whole character of that season.
We need it.
Yeah. I would love to see more of it.
What a tease to only show the third altar at the very end. I really thought we would get, at least in the final episode, but like in a scene, not a post-credit.
Yeah, and that's what I was just going to say, is that fact. We didn't even get him in the scene, in the series. It was just a post-credit.
Yeah.
So I would love to see more. I would love to see this continue. I want to see Oscar Isaac in this character because he just crushed it, knocked it out of the park.
So good as Steven, as Mark. And now we gotta see more, and of course we need to further explore the Scarlet Scarab as well. So because we only saw that a little bit.
So I'm super excited if that is something that does pan out, and that is true that they are kind of secretly working on a Moon Knight Season 2. I'm hyped because also we've been saying this for a while. You don't get an actor of Oscar Isaac's caliber to do a character once.
Yeah.
You get him so you can put him in the movies. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in the Daredevil series. Because
Moon Knight?
Yeah, Moon Knight. Because Moon Knight is very much a street level superhero. And so he would fit in perfectly in the in the Daredevil series. And since it's 18 episodes, we got lots of time to be able to build that up and add lots and lots of characters.
Yeah, maybe they'll fill in the blanks even more with the upcoming D23 Expo on what's coming up in Phase
I can't wait.
So maybe it won't be all X-Men filling in the blanks.
True.
Maybe it'll be a little Moon Knight or a little something else. But Moon Knight was, as Martin S. says, Moon Knight was dope. Mm-hmm. It sure was.
Very, very true.
Let's see. So thank you so much for that, Jay. That's very exciting. And thank you, Debbie, for posting that video, TikTok video, into our Discord. And then we have a super chat from Theodore.
Thank you so much, Theodore.
Theodore writes, hey guys, what do you think about the WB Discovery announcement on what they're doing with HBO Max? How will it affect the DCEU? So we will definitely get into that. So Theodore, hold on tight, because that is a great question for us to segue into our topic. But we wanted to put like some of the happier, lighter stuff up top first.
Yes.
You know, like the yay announcement for this and yay and this, that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and dive into that, but we did just get a super chat.
One more super chat, and then we'll dive into the news.
And this one, you guys, thank you so much for all the super chats. This one comes from Froilan Fuentes. I'm so sorry, I just totally screwed up your name. Physical trainer Don Saladino posted on Instagram earlier today photos of Ryan Reynolds preparing for his eventual Deadpool return. Perhaps Deadpool 3 for Phase 5? I mean, I'd love to see it. And what Kevin Feige, if we know anything Marvel, because they like to wow and be, in people's conversations for a long time, is that, yes, Phase 5, it looks like it's complete, but what's to say he's not going to say, oh, we gave you this at Comic-Con, but what if we just wiggle this one little extra project in there? They've done it before.
Yeah, and true. We may not have gotten everything that's in Phase 5.
Yeah.
It's very possible they're like, this is, like you said, this is what we gave you at Comic-Con, but we didn't give you the whole story.
Else.
Here it is. And they actually bring Ryan Reynolds out on stage. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be
I'd lose it. I just like, Deadpool.
Yes. So, yeah. I think, honestly, yes, it's laid out, but changes happen, production, things come up. But I do like that it's a possibility, and if not Phase 5, then definitely Phase 6. Mm-hmm. Here's to hoping, anyways, because if he's prepping, then that means he's got to get in front of a camera soon.
Very true. Yeah. So, you have to have that superhero bod. Yeah. And so, got to get working out. And
eat all the chicken breast and broccoli.
Yep, trying to do the whole Chris Hemsworth. So,
that man, his workout regimen is unreal. Someone to have like that much discipline to like him and The Rock. I look at them, I'm just like,
how do you have negative body fat?
It's a lot of willpower and discipline, and like everybody loves food, so to know that I guess they work towards that cheat day. I'm assuming you get to have one cheat day where you can kind of like eat whatever. So, All right, and we have another super chat from Jay Master.
Thank you so much, Jay Masters.
Thank you, Jay. Jay writes, in an article Variety released today, Warner Brothers Discovery is quietly pulling content from HBO Max, and mentioned during Warner Brothers Investor Day on Thursday that Discovery will shut down HBO Max. Okay. Let's put a pin in that.
Yes,
and let's
we will definitely come back to that.
So we're definitely going to come back through the comments, so we can definitely talk about that, because that is scary to me. And then also going real quick, sharp left turn back to Marvel for Phase 5. Theodore points out a really, really good point, who writes, there was no mention of Werewolf by Night or Guardians Christmas Special.
Oh, yeah.
And, sir, you are absolutely
correct.
That's
absolutely correct. So for Phase 5, we still might have...
I'm telling you, we're going to wiggle it in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to say stuff for D23?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so they'd be like, hey, remember the thing we gave you at Comic-Con? Well, scrap that. Here's the real plan. Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Just trolls everybody? Mm-hmm. No, I'm kidding. They wouldn't do that.
Well, they kind of did that once. Remember when they said Captain America Serpent Society?
No.
You don't remember? They brought that out. They gave that as like a false front for a little bit. That, oh yeah, the next Captain America is going to be Captain America Serpent Society. And everyone was like, okay, yeah. No, we're just kidding. It's going to be Winter Soldier. It was either for Winter Soldier or Civil War. But I was just like, Kevin Feige has been known to troll us a little bit. So, but it's trolling us in a fun way.
In a good way,
yeah. In a good way.
To keep the unexpected.
Yep, but let's dive on into a lot of this craziness that's going on.
And like we said, we're going to start with good news.
Yes.
So let's talk some She-Hulk, because the premiere day, originally, it is supposed to premiere on Wednesday, August 17th, as all new Disney Plus shows, that is set to be their premiere date. When they announced it, I was like, sure, but it doesn't make sense, especially now when you have shows overlap. And I get it, they kind of want to get away from things releasing in theater, and they don't want it to hurt that. But then, what's wrong with it? You're streaming. You're not competing with cable TV. Yeah. So this is, again, in my own, opinion, why not release it on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Thursday, and just leave Fridays open.
Yeah.
For those big movie releases or timing around it. So I just thought it was really interesting because we saw how that, I think it hurt both shows when they released, when Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel, Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel overlapped and people felt like they had to choose because people do work. And to avoid spoilers, they of course want to see it ASAP, but how do you pick? Each show is at least 40 minutes long, at least.
And also one of the things that I think is kind of a missed target with this is the fact that when you go out to see a movie, like a Marvel movie, and you're like, oh my gosh, this was awesome, I loved it, one of your first things that you want to do is go home and watch more.
Yes.
Whatever is available, whatever's there. So I think having them kind of have a little bit of an overlap would help out, because if you love what you see on Disney Plus, you're like, I want to go out now and see this other movie that is a Marvel movie out in the theaters. Or if you go out and see the Marvel movie, and you love it, you're gonna want to come home and watch more on your TV.
Absolutely.
So I would think that they would actually meld more into each other, but I mean, I guess there are people out there who've studied this a little bit more than me, but that's just my thought, is that when you see something good, you want to watch more of that same thing. So if you see a good Star Wars movie, you're going to go watch a good Star Wars show. When you go see a good DC you want to go home and watch some of the cool animated movies that they have. So I would think that they would want to kind of overlap the different not genres, but the different what is this called? Different material at the same time.
Yeah. So with that said, the premiere for She-Hulk has been moved to just one day later. It's gonna premiere on a Thursday, the 18th, instead of Wednesday. Which for us it's good news, because I was originally looking at our schedule. We actually have a reservation for the theme park on the 17th. And I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to be super tired and I'm going to wake up and go try to do a day at Disney. So now instead, we can still have our full Disney day and come home at our normal time, get some rest before watching She-Hulk. So that makes me happy. Now, we don't know, just because they've moved the premiere date to the Thursday, it doesn't mean it's airing on Thursdays following that first initial date. So I think it'll still go back to Wednesday. So I wonder what is happening on that Wednesday. Like that.
Yeah, what made them go, you know what, let's just push it one more day.
Yeah, because I'm not finding it in the I think this is Deadline article. I'm not finding.
Yeah, they don't actually give an explanation.
It was just announced during the TCA panel, the virtual panel that happened. So I'm not sure. I'm happy about it because schedule wise it works out for me. Unless something really cool is coming out on Wednesday, then we're screwed. Then our Disney day is it'll be interesting. But nonetheless, we're excited for the upcoming show, for She-Hulk, and I know a lot of the times people talk about the CGI in this. You and I actually even mentioned it upon our very first viewing of the very first trailer, and we thought it wasn't all of it. It was just like one specific shot when she turned around when she was in her She-Hulk form, and something about the eyes and the hair looked a little... Yeah. Just something, my eyes caught it. But in the newer trailer that we also did a reaction for during Comic-Con, we were like, oh my god, it looks much better. And CGI is one of the things that you can continuously work on up to, to the release date. So
pull a Sonic on it.
Exactly.
But honestly, after reading this article, it does actually also make me feel a little bad, because when these CGI artists are just pressured, they have so much work that is just, hurry up and do this, go, 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 and if it's not perfect, you're going to hear about it on social media. I mean, there is so much riding on these artists' shoulders, and they have to work so hard, and they put so much blood, sweat, and tears, and a part of me feels so bad when we actually do kind of sit down and be like, oh, the CG on this isn't as good. But, you know, unfortunately, that's kind of the name of the game, too. And I really wish that we could give these artists a little bit more of the respect that they deserve, because I couldn't do a 0.01% of what they do. And their skills are so amazing.
So
I get frustrated when I'm just trying to edit a simple trailer reaction, let alone massive special effects on the scale that of a TV show that has over, what, that'd be 9-10 hours of content?
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I'm like, I am always impressed with what they can do and how they're able to constantly build and make better, because we're also learning how to spot different CGI. You know, if these CGI shows came out 20 years ago, it would blow people's minds.
Yeah.
But now that we've seen so much,
we're spoiled is basically what it is.
Exactly.
They're so good that we're expecting the impossible sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What doesn't look like a human exactly? You know?
Yeah.
So the shows. Oh, you okay?
Is Navi okay? What happened?
Right. She had a little cough. She's okay. So the show's director, as well as Tatiana Maslany, did come out to show solidarity with their special effects creators, and the director had this to say: "I feel incredibly deferential to how talented these artists are and how quickly they have to work. Obviously, like much quicker than probably should be given to them in terms of churning these things out," which is what exactly you were saying earlier. Let's see, I just lost my spot. I know there are lots of eyes on the CG and lots of critiques, but I think we have to be super conscious about how the work conditions aren't always optimal, and that they've made these amazing strides in the industry and this tech where I watch it and I see thoughts as opposed to a cutscene from a video game. I feel very in awe of what they do and very grateful that we get to work with these amazing artists. So everybody take that. And remember it when you are watching the show. These are people's hard work. Probably sweat, tears, you know.
And many tears.
Many tears, I'm sure. So with that, I wanted to call out MK's comment. MK says, I lost it. Let me look for it. All right, via Variety. New episodes of the 9-episode series will drop weekly on Thursdays after that.
Oh, ooh, nice. Thursdays.
Wait.
Oh, no. Wait, I work. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We're used to having it drop on Tuesdays
so
we can have Wednesdays.
Sleep in.
Ooh.
Well, I'll just have to edit those.
Okay, and I'm just going to have to...
You're just going to have to... I mean, we do it for some of the stuff where just you go to sleep and I stay up.
Well, and also we're probably going to have to start doing this a little bit more, because we plan to tackle not just She-Hulk. We also would love to be able to tackle some other... House of Dragon. We're going to want to tackle some of the other shows that are
Cobra
coming
Kai,
out. Like
baby!
Cobra Kai, when that comes back out.
We gotta finish Stranger Things, y'all. We have filmed episode 4. It's been sitting just in edit forever, but because we're so busy with like Comic-Con and all these other things, that the things that take a shorter amount of time to edit, I'm getting to first because I can push them out faster. Yeah. And I feel bad. I'm just like, because I want to see it is getting harder and harder, I think, to avoid spoilers. So I've muted more words. Oh, sorry, Navi.
That was actually me.
I've muted. Oh, sorry, honey.
So you didn't bump Navi.
So, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the super chats, because you guys are being so kind and so generous. Thank you guys
so much.
So let's go ahead and take a look. The last one we talked about was Jay. So this next one comes from John Lee. Thank you for your super chat. John Lee writes, they started filming season 3 for Warrior TV show on HBO Max. I hope they don't scrap that show. Either of you seen the rehearsal by Nathan Fielder? First of all, you're gonna see me non-stop tweeting or talking about it on Instagram or whatever social media platform, TikTok, if they cancel freaking Warrior. It is one of the best shows. The cinematography, the writing, the characters. I need that show in my life. I have watched both seasons multiple times because I can't get a season 3. And I'm going to be really upset if they don't let this incredible story continue. I'd be so mad.
Season 4, season 5, season 6?
just at least give me season 3. Like, if you want to end it there. But, like, this is it's such a cool show.
I need to do a watch along for that.
Yes, just do it on your Twitch. Like, it's so good. You're missing out if you haven't watched it. Okay. So we'll definitely talk about that because, like, I feel a certain way about that. And then I think there is another one.
Yes, we've got 2 more, and they're actually closer to the bottom.
Okay, sorry, y'all. All right. Oh, J Master, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, J Master.
Jay writes, I remember watching The Hulk on CBS in the 70s. Oh, is that the Lou Ferrigno one? And they had 2 actors. Yes,
one
Billy
to play
Bixby,
the Hulk.
as David Banner, and Lou Ferrigno as Hulk. Also, the effects were horrible compared to now.
Oh, yeah. Back then, it was... I can't just... I mean...
I'm trying to
unless
remember...
you go back and watch it. It's hard to explain just how... It's like... It's actually special effects that, someone with a iPhone or could actually probably pull off better special effects nowadays with just using their phone and then uploading it to their computer and doing something like that. But that just shows how our acceptance of certain special effects, certain graphics have now changed to where we were even watching the documentary on Light and Magic on Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh.
And seeing how that has evolved over time. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And how they got the special effects for Star Wars.
I learned about matte painting for the first time ever. I didn't even know that was a thing, and then we watched it. I was like, wait, my brain cannot compute. So yeah, that is really kind of like a really good comparison.
And Jay actually has another super chat above this one.
I remember. So I watched a lot of American TV. For my aunt told my mom it was like English learning purposes because English isn't my first language. And then she kind of handed the remote and she's like, watch whatever you want, but make sure you're watching, English. And I was like, all right. And I remember flipping through the channel and this like green man bursted out. And I was like, what is this? And I was so young that I had no idea what like a Hulk was.
Yeah.
But I was really curious about it. So I kept on watching it. And I didn't, up until I was maybe older, I really didn't understand the plot, but I knew that if he got angry, it meant he turned green and he was scary. But not in like, he wants to hurt people way. It's just like he's the... So,
don't want to make him angry.
Yeah, but I do remember that. Jungle Cruise, thanks Jungle Cruiser. Thank you so much for pointing that out. That brings me back.
And actually go up above Jungle Cruiser. Okay. And there should be one right there.
Sorry, J Master. All right, J Master Super Chat says, on Disney Plus and Marvel official Twitter account announced every Thursday a new episode She-Hulk will release. The second episode will release on August 25th, and Andor will release every Wednesday. Wait, when does Andor come out?
Andor comes out in September, I believe.
So they're going to do Star Wars Wednesdays and Marvel Thursdays, potentially?
Hey, sounds fun to me. 2 nights in a row.
Yeah. So much editing. No, it's fine.
It's fun.
Yeah. No, I actually enjoyed, like, the Disney Plus shows. I have a less hard time with editing, except for that one Mandalorian episode that took me 19 tries. That one was tough. That one I cried a little bit because he woke up and he's like, "What are you still doing up?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's not up yet. It's almost noon and I can't get it to go up." So it was insane. And I like to erase it from my memory forever. Okay. So let's another one from Marvin Martin.
Thank you, Marvin.
Super chat, who writes, speaking of House of the Dragon, which dragon would you claim?
Any of them. I want all. I would love just to have. I want
one saddle.
I want a Na'vi dragon. I want Na'vi to be able to turn into a dragon and then be able to put a saddle on Na'vi and be like, "Yay, Na'vi!"
I would pick, if we weren't speaking strictly House of the Dragon, I would probably pick Falkor because our dog was named Falkor.
Oh yeah.
And Falkor the Luck Dragon seemed like his his kind dragon, bestest ever. I don't know. I mean the one that why can't I think of her? Daenerys had.
Actually, I think someone might have put it in the chat. Lee 1604. Vagar. Isn't that one of the name of the dragons?
Yeah, I think. But for don't know exactly the names of the dragon for House of the Dragon, and I was gonna learn them as the show goes on, but maybe I should do a little pre-show prep, probably.
Mumra, Pete's dragon.
Pete's dragon, Elliot.
You squirmy Navi.
Elliot. All right, y'all. Should we? Vhagar was before Daenerys' dragon. Ah, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right. They mentioned it in Game of Thrones.
Navi is so harumphy that you put her down. She is upset.
Are you sorry that you're not in the show anymore? I'm sorry, Navi. We'll give you some love later.
Come over here and just yawn. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this next bit of fun news before we get into some of the other stuff. And that is this. Joker 2
release date.
Has a release date.
There was actually a lot of talk when this information first came out about Joker 2, that the same director was going to be writing and directing it, and the fact that it was going to be a musical and Lady Gaga is in it. So far, none of those have been discredited, it seems like.
Right.
And the article that we read from Variety seemed to actually continually push those ideas that it's going to be a musical and it's going to have Lady Gaga in it. So I'm a little curious about this. And also, the release date is going to be, what is the release date?
October 4th, 2024.
October 4th, 2024. So
5 years after the first one.
Exactly 5 years, yeah, because the last one came out on October 4th. So I'm curious, I'm really interested to see what this is going to be, because Joaquin Phoenix is working really close with it. Joaquin Phoenix is asking for a really big paycheck, which is 100% deserving.
Yes.
Because it's pretty much his performance and the writing that got this movie to make $1 billion on it was like a $60 million budget.
Yeah.
So, what is it called? Warner Brothers made bank on Joker.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And honestly, the way that this movie was shot, I think was perfect. The story that it told was amazing. I'm a little worried that they can get the same kind of thunder in a bottle the second time around, and by changing up the what is it called? Changing up the format of it so much, changing it to a musical.
Well, none of it is really exactly confirmed by WB.
True. That is very true.
I mean, they're not denying it though.
No, very true.
So we will see, but I want to trust. This is the thing where I guess you have to trust the process.
Yeah.
And I think what makes me feel optimistic about the sequel, because again, I really don't feel like we needed another one. But if we're gonna get one, yeah, I'm gonna watch it because I like the first one so much. I will say that I'm optimistic because it's not one of those movies that just pumped out the next year for a cash grab.
Yeah.
Is that there's been 5 years, and they're still working on it. So, I mean, it'll come out on its 5th year anniversary, as in they took the time to have the script, and Joaquin Phoenix has read it and have been like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And this man is not really usually the type to go for a sequel. So
yeah, I think Debbie even put that into the comments that Joaquin Phoenix doesn't really do sequels.
Not really.
So there's got to be something
He's quite
about
choosy
this one. Yeah.
With his the projects that he attaches himself to. So I think this probably says he likes the script, that he enjoyed working with the cast and crew of Joker 2, and he's looking forward to doing it again. So, with that said, we have a super chat from Jay Master.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Thank you. Jay writes, on Warner Brothers official Instagram accounts, many rude people took to say harsh comments and criticize Leslie Grace, cast and crew, for Batgirl getting canceled. Now, we're not going to do that. They don't have anything to do with the decision that the higher-ups at WB Discovery do, and those people I think are projecting that they didn't want to see Leslie Grace play a Batgirl. That's what I think.
Yeah,
that's why the harsh comments. And they're looking to place blame
on Leslie.
And it's like
deliberately.
You literally haven't seen a single time of her performing as Batgirl. How can you say it when you don't know? None of us know, other than the people very much on the inside, knew what that project looked like. I, for one, was really excited to see her portrayal as Batgirl. I was curious to see how they were going to use Michael Keaton in this.
Yes.
J. Jonah Jameson is back in. Nope. J.K. Simmons. Dang it! I always flip their names.
No, it's tough. I've done that too.
Why do I do this? He's
literally... because J.K. Simmons and J. Jonah, it's like...
But J. Jonah Jameson isn't even a real person.
No, well, J.K. Simmons has kind of made J. Jonah Jameson a real person.
J.K. Simmons was going to come back to be in the film as well.
Which I loved. I loved him in that movie. I loved him as Commissioner
Gordon, yeah. So, anyways, okay.
And there's also just a lot of things right now with WB and DC that are really kind of like, since this merger has just been like, okay, here we go, just go, whee! Throw everything up in the air. So what is it? Who was it that said it? Sonic Boom KJ also said Warner Brothers canceled the Scoob sequel also. There's a lot of things that are being cut, trimmed, canceled.
Yeah.
Because of what's going on with this merger. So right now, there is some... it's a little good knowing that they are trying to shake things up. They're trying to figure out, okay, we need to focus on our path. We need to first plan our path and go down it. So things are getting shooken up. And I think right now, DC and Warner Brothers kind of needs that.
So I just want to point out, too, because just a second ago, we were literally talking about them announcing a release date for Joker 2. And in this article by Variety, it says that it feels like an attempt to shift the conversation away from the news that the studio has scrapped its $90 million budgeted Batgirl, despite the film being completely or almost completely done. So that means, now that we can talk about it, the film is not going to be in theaters. It will not be on HBO Max either. Because, and this is a big deal, because here's the thing. Movies get canceled, right? Like, oh, we're not going to do a theatrical release. We'll put it on streaming. This is in a rare instance where it's not going to be... It's shelved completely. It's not going to be streaming. It's not going to be sold. And it's not gonna, it's done.
And that's the big problem, too. When these mergers happen, is that these companies, whatever companies are merging, get this opportunity to kind of be like, okay, well, you know what, if we can these certain projects, we can get a tax break from it.
Yeah.
And also, if we didn't have that much faith in it,
and that sucks.
Which sucks, because I would love to have seen this movie, but Warner Brothers spent $90 million to make Batgirl, and then it still would have taken, if they wanted to do a big theatrical release, another $30 to $50 million to actually put it out in the theaters. But I still wish that they could have found a way to either put it up on streaming or to somehow, but I think if they use it in any way,
the tax thing then is like...
Yeah. So it's taxes.
Is moot. So the directors, I'm gonna mess up their names, so I'm gonna say it really slowly. And these are the same directors for Moon Knight, and Bad Boys for Life. Adil El Arbi and Bilal Falal say that they were shocked and saddened by the abrupt cancellation of Batgirl. And then kind of circling back to what you were just saying a second ago, tax incentives were the driving force to essentially cancel. I just don't understand what this overhaul is. And it really makes me feel even more that, they really, whoever is making the decisions, way, way, way up top at WB Discovery, don't know what direction they want to go with the DCEU. Yeah. And that makes me really concerned, because we have all these characters that are so freaking cool in the comics, and we get to have them in movies or in a streaming show, and now what is happening? You know, we're not really sure about this Flash movie that's happening.
Oh my gosh.
Like that, but that's still there's
right.
There's no we're not axing that, but Batgirl done, and it makes me a little worried for Blue Beetle as well. And for so long we've wanted a Blue Beetle movie or a TV show. I think Sholo will be crushing it in this role. I'm gonna say will, because we are gonna see this movie, dang it.
Yes.
So it's just it's not because the reasoning is just kind of ick to me.
And it just seems like right now they're kind of just like clearing the table, so then they can be like, okay, now we're just gonna lay out our own dinner plate, so to speak.
Yeah.
So,
they did Miss Marvel and not Moon Knight. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
the directors.
And it's, and from our point, this is the problem. From our point of view, seeing how we know absolutely nothing. We don't know their plan. We don't know if they have a plan. We don't know anything. But I'm guessing that they do have. I'm going to look optimistic here.
Sure.
On the optimistic side, that they do have a plan. They're going, okay, you know what? We have an opportunity to kind of delete things here, to start new here. We have this new merger. We have these tax opportunities. Let's try to see if we can kind of correct course and get back on course. But I'm worried because we don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know anything, so this is all of us looking on the inside and be like, hello, is everybody okay? What's going on in there? We got a couple of super chats. This one is from Theodore Harris. Thank you, Theodore, who writes, there's a rumor going around that Shazam 2 release date may get moved, probably to avoid Avatar 2 release. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't want to go up against Avatar 2 either.
No.
I know it's been a really long time since the first one come out, and I know some people have, voice that they've lost interest in and why are we getting it, but I also have seen a lot of people very much so looking forward to that film, and I think it's still going to be a powerhouse in the theaters regardless of how you personally feel about it.
Yeah.
Because cinematically I think it's going to be absolutely stunning, and it's going to be huge, so I wouldn't want to go out. If I was any movie, I would try to avoid that date as well.
No, very true. I mean, having to go up against the record-holding biggest budget, biggest market, what is that called? The movie that's made the most money in history to go up against its sequel is daunting for any movie.
Yeah, no matter how good your project is, you still be like, oh boy.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just avoid this date. Let's go 2-3 weeks earlier or later.
Everything's so expensive nowadays. A movie theater ticket is expensive. You may have to pay parking depending on where you have to drive to the movie theater, and then driving, that's the thing, because gas prices are absolutely insane. And if you have a whole family that you want to take this to, it's like you're looking at $100+ night.
Yeah.
And concessions expensive, y'all. It's expensive. You and I together can spend $30 to $40 on concession for the two of us.
Yeah, especially for eating dinner there.
Yeah.
Then we definitely get even if we just get the hot dogs and
chicken
nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, it gets expensive. And if we happen to go to the one that we saw, the movie theater that we saw Joker in, it was actually a meal that you can get.
Yeah. Which is kind of fun, you eat a movie at a dinner and you feel kind of
I want to do that again.
cool in the recliner seat and all that, but with that comes the price tag. So, we have another super chat from is it Says channel? So sorry if I'm butchering your name. Thank you so much for your super chat.
Thank you.
Who writes, it has been better it'd be better to delay 4 reshoots to make it the third Keaton Batman movie and not connect to the DCEU or reshoots to Keaton's scenes with Affleck. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm curious on how they're going to handle this because, Michael Keaton has now kind of been, or Michael Keaton's Batman has been connected to a couple troubled projects, unfortunately. They had, in Batgirl, in the Flash movie, which is having a lot of Ezra Miller problems. So I'm a little curious on how a lot of these are going to turn out because I've been dying to see Michael Keaton as Batman again. I am so excited to see any movie that has Michael Keaton as Batman. Michael Keaton is he's back.
Look,
and I would love
he was going to be in Batgirl.
Mm-hmm.
We know he is definitely in the Flash, but that's also not a secure thing because at any moment they could be like, you know what? No. And they could pull the plug on that too. So I don't know. And it's, as a fan, it kind of sucks because you're like, ooh, Keaton in the bat cowl again? Yeah.
I still desperately want to see a Batman Beyond movie to where Michael Keaton is old Batman.
One can only hope.
And sooner or later, you got to do it. I want to see it. Millions of people out there want to see this.
What, okay, so, what is happening, right? What is happening right now in HBO Max?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. The tax incentives, them cutting a lot of projects, including Batgirl, and there's other potential projects that could be in jeopardy, which I, really don't want to think about. I love HBO Max. I really love the options we have on there. I watch a lot of things on there.
Dune,
and I get
Squad.
Yeah, and I get that it's not available all over the world, but they can make that happen. Yeah. Disney Plus, it took a bit to have it, be available in various regions of the world. It takes time, but so why not problem? I don't know what if there's distributions and rights and things that they have to sign, but why not sit down and have that conversation so people can have is it because they're
I think it's all comes down to business, money,
it's
merging,
all money, follow the money.
What is that called? Deals that need to be struck.
Yes.
And all of this stuff that's just, for me, way beyond my knowledge, because that's when there's a reason why Warner Brothers has a sea of lawyers, a sea of accountants. Because there's just so much juggling, so much things that are going on that are just absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So, a part of me is always worried because it's so complicated and so convoluted that you're always worried about the thing that's going to get lost is the content that we know and love, is the content that we want to see. Mm-hmm. And they're going to make cuts to things that are beloved in order to meet that bottom line. Because let's not forget, the main goal of any company, of any business, is to make money. So they're going to be going with the safe bets. They're going to be definitely putting it in more time and effort into the guaranteed thing than taking a risk on something that is less well known. And so it's a little frustrating because that means a lot of the stuff that we want to see, like Batgirl, is going to get the cut. Yeah. Especially in this time of upheaval.
Yeah, it's a bummer for sure. We have a super chat from Mumra. Thank you so
much.
Mumra.
Mumra writes, I love your name, dude. I love that name.
Mumra writes, feel bad for Keaton being in 3 troubled DC movies. Yeah, that's poo-poo.
Yep.
How dare you treat that man this way?
It's no, I want to see everything Michael Keaton. Everything that he has done, every Batman thing that he has put together, I want to see it. Yes. Even if it's just a deleted scene on the floor.
Yes. And then just a couple more super chats because I don't want the list to get too, I don't want you guys to feel like we're ignoring them. So the next one comes from Jay Master. Thank you so much, dude. All right. So, one of two. On July 28th, The Hollywood Reporter broke news that Oscar-winning Coda actor Troy Kotsur is attached to star an executive produced Disney Plus series on a true story of the 2021 Cubs football team.
I remember.
That's incredible.
I remember seeing a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see that because
really
Coda
incredible.
Was amazing.
I cried when he won for Best Actor. I was hoping, and I was worried that not enough people have seen the film, or and I don't remember if it was in theaters because I think it's an Apple TV Plus thing. But I was watching it and I was like, all right, I'm prepared. It can't hurt me. 10 minutes in, I'm like, where are the tissues? So that's really, really exciting. I want this man to be doing more and more and more and more. So that's really exciting, Jay. Thank you so much for sending that in. And everybody say hi to the Cosmic Wonder who is here in the chat. Woo! This next super chat comes from Alan Lynn, who writes, hey, see what John Campia said today about this. I have not. I've been really busy. We've been really busy editing.
We haven't gotten a chance
yet. Yeah,
I
have not. Me being on the computer was equivalent to me editing. So I literally have no idea what he said about anything. Let's see.
And Jay Masters.
All right, here we go. 2 of 2. This is about, the 2021 Cubs football team, where a deaf team had an undefeated season and earned a spot in the California State Championship game for the first time in its school history. Kotsur will play the team's coach. Thoughts? Our thoughts are, yay for this man.
Yes.
Put him in all the things. Deaf actors are also actors. Don't put them in a box because you think they have that it's they have this challenge they have to overcome. If you haven't watched Coda, please do. It's an incredible movie with an incredible cast, and you'll see why it was in a lot of people's conversation for the Academy. But this is exciting. Yeah. I'm really excited about it.
I love the fact that more and more of these things are starting to become where we're starting to see more and more representation of this kind, to where it's not just different ethnicities, but it's also people with different disabilities. To where what is it? We have her name in Echo.
Maya. Nope.
No,
that's her real. Hold on a second.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is the actress that plays
My
Echo.
mind is drawing a blank.
I love the fact. I mean, they talked about it in a lot of the making of Hawkeye, to where it enriched their production. And I love seeing this more. I mean, when we went to go see Prey, on just how many Native Americans are in that. So just the to see all this representation being, you can tell so many more stories. You get so much rich storytelling in these movies
and also in A Quiet Place 1 and 2. And I love how John Krasinski made sure they hired a deaf actress for this. He felt that it was important. He also felt that it was important to make everybody learn some sign language, so everybody has an easier time communicating. And I love that, and that's what I want to see on more sets and inclusivity and things like that. And I think that makes overall for a better story, because it's authentic when you hire these people.
Well, yeah, and also to have that exposure. Well, I mean, the way that you become more familiar and more understanding of different cultures and languages and people is to have that exposure. So when you see movies or TV shows that have more representation, you get more exposure to it. To where all the actors that were on set with all of these, with anyone that is deaf, you learn a little bit of sign language, and it enriches you as well.
Yo, my computer is so slow.
Oh, is it moving really slow?
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Technology. It's good for about a month, and then it's already obsolete.
Yes. What am I at now? All right. James Bayless. Thank you. No,
Jamal.
Not Jamal. Sorry, my eyes are not in today, and I can't read correctly. Who writes, does anyone know what DC is doing the rest of this year? I do want that Green Lantern animated to drop already. We love the DC animated stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. At this point, I'm going to say...
I don't think anyone does. I don't think anyone knows what DC is.
I feel like at this point, we just have to wait and see. Because I feel like I need to, prepare myself to hear about some more cancellations. And I don't want that. I'm so worried for some of the upcoming shows.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I would like for them to see... To announce a Green Lantern... not announced, but actually put out, the Green Lantern animated project. But
any DC animated film, I am excited to see, to hear about, because they do such an amazing job on their animated productions. So if they do can it, I'm gonna be bummed, because it's just another one that you can build up so much excitement to be able to see. So, but unfortunately right now, it's in a big upheaval because of the merger.
Yeah. Another super chat from Jay Master,
Thank
also
you, Jay.
about John Campia's video. Have you guys seen what John Campia have to say about the Batgirl getting canceled as a 35-minute video? Have not seen it. Have not been on anybody's YouTube channel today other than our own to upload stuff. But maybe that's something I can bookmark and check out, or if somebody can give me a Cliff's Note, that'd be great too, because I literally have so many things to edit. It's insane. But thank you to both of you for letting us know over here.
There's a Princess Unicorn nipples.
Yeah,
Is there
I can't put that up because I think the PFP is a little Mafa mature, but thank you so much for your $2 super chat.
Thank you so much.
We can't put up any of them anyways. We don't have that ability when we're doing it through OBS. Not with the two of us, without a mouse and an engineer. But thank you so much nonetheless. Black Bonalala writes, Batman Beyond TV series or movie? Ooh.
Ooh, good point. Oh, why must you torment me so? I want both.
I might want that in a movie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it does fit a little bit better into a movie. To get a Batman, because, well, also right now, DC doesn't have the DC live action series going right now. So I think right now they are a little bit more comfortable with doing the live action movies.
Yeah.
So I would probably lean a little bit more towards that. But honestly, I would love to see both. Either one of them. And I'm a little more torn to do a series because then I'll get more like 6 hours of live action Batman Beyond. And that's just me being selfish.
But imagine seeing it on the big screen, though. Like, that would look so good.
I know.
Yeah. I would really like it in the movie, but I'll take it in whatever form if they give it to us, I'll take it. The Says the Channel writes, oh no, it went away. Oh no. Okay. With your super chat, thank you so much. The Batgirl thing is Superman Lives all over again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy, it's like, yeah, the Nick Cage Superman. Yep. That never happened.
If you guys get a chance to see the John Schnepp documentary, The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? Oh my gosh. The things that movie went through. The weirdness that was going to be that movie. Highly recommend that documentary. Because it is so much fun to watch.
Yes.
And you can just see all of the sweatiness that went into making that documentary.
Yes, he interviewed a lot of people, got a lot of, I think we have 2 copies at home because he gave me one and then he gave you one. And I was like, oh, but we live together. I was like, take it. All right. I'm not going to tell the man no. Okay, this next super chat comes from Mumra. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mumra.
Mumra writes, also feel bad for Frasier. In Batgirl. Love him. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, there's so many things that I was so excited to see in Batgirl, but now I can't see them just letting that sit up on the shelf forever. I mean, I'm thinking maybe in a few years, maybe they might drop it on HBO once they have everything all kind of set up. Maybe they can do some contract signing or, I mean, because it's weird to have an almost finished product like that and then be like, nope, whoosh, and throw it away.
Tax break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just have it sit there. So I'm curious on what's going to happen with it.
Yeah, same here. And I'm also seeing, this goes back to the earlier super chat that talked about the Green Lantern animated. A couple of you guys are saying in the chat, the Green Lantern animated is already out.
Oh.
So there you go.
Then we can go watch it.
Look forward to that. And then, Jay Master with another super chat. Thank you so much. Jay writes, Disney just announced Lightyear is now streaming on Disney Plus with IMAX enhanced. Ooh, love that. They did that with Shang-Chi and maybe another project as well, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch
Buzz Lightyear.
We enjoyed it.
We really did. I feel bad that it didn't do that well in theaters. I feel like it got a little, lost in the shuffle of so many other movies that were coming out at that time. But now that it's on Disney Plus, I do highly recommend it. Go and watch it. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I want to go ahead and check out the article of a little bit more about the cancellation at HBO Max. So far they have pulled 6 exclusive from the streaming platform.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a lot
on top of Batgirl, here is what they pulled. Moonshot, that was the one that starred Lana Condor and Cole Sprouse. An American Pickle, which was Seth Green's movie.
Which was kind of a weird concept and idea to begin with, that a guy that falls into a pickle vat, ends up being preserved for 100 years.
Let's see. Charm City Kings, Super Intelligence, Locked Down. Oh, I remember that movie. That's Anne Hathaway and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Let's see. The Witches, also starring Anne Hathaway. House Party. And those are just some to list. I don't know if there's going to be more.
Yeah, so a lot of these movies a lot of these exclusives are just being pulled right off the platform.
Now, Seth Rogen, not Seth. Did I say Seth Green? Sorry, that was a slip. Seth Rogen.
Oh, I missed that too.
Sorry about that. I said Seth, but I think my brain went somewhere else. I guess, in a way, some of the movies that they've listed, and this goes back to, like, in the beginning when the pandemic was kind of, like, super brand new to us, and they were doing, day and date, like, the theaters weren't open, so they were going straight to streaming for a lot of their big movies. And I remember it was a thing where the HBO Max would only show said movies for, like, the month. Like 30 days or maybe a little bit more. And it kind of feels like, because the movies they are pulling, granted it sucks, because I'm sure not everybody had the time to watch all of those. I know I certainly have some of those titles that I haven't watched, but I feel like for some of them, not all of them, some of them, those titles have been in the HBO Max library for a little while.
Yeah.
So I guess perhaps that has to do with part of the decision to do it. But we don't really know. I know MK earlier mentioned that it's because, the merger and all, that HBO Max will become Discovery Plus is essentially what it's going to be, which I guess makes sense for the merger. We also have Discovery Plus. I can tell you the shows that I've watched the 2 times that I've opened up that app, and those were the Ghost Hunter stuff, because I was like, I'm bored, I don't know what to watch.
I'm going to watch some Ghost Hunters.
And like, you can't sleep, and you're kind of like, maybe some ghosts, I don't know, some ghost stuff. I
watch a lot more HBO Max
way
than
more
I
HBO
do
Max.
Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
And I think that HBO is a much bigger name and a more recognizable name than Discovery Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess, is it going to be Discovery Plus? I thought it was actually going to be... what is it? It's now going to be like Warner Brothers Plus, or it was HBO Discovery.
Yeah.
Or we talked about it in one of the previous when this merger first happened.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't recall.
But once again, it's going to be one of those things that we don't know exactly where they're going to be going with this.
Yeah. So the statement that they put out as far as canceling Batgirl says, reflects our leadership's strategic shift as it relates to the DC universe and HBO Max. Just don't touch. If you're gonna not do Batgirl, at least give me Warrior. At least give me that. Okay.
Leave that show alone. To riot.
I'm gonna cry about it, and then I'm gonna be that person on Twitter, angrily tweeting at HBO Max.
Because sometimes that's all we can do is angry tweet at them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's still a lot of big changes that are happening, a lot of big switches. I mean, and right now, the stuff that they say they're going to do, that doesn't mean that they're not going to change their mind.
Yes.
Later on down the road.
Yes.
So, did we get something in our...
Yeah, there's just a lot to read during a live stream, and I don't want to be constantly looking at my phone.
Yeah.
On the live stream, as much as I want to say some of these, but you guys are at least discussing that in the chat there, so that's good. So look, this is they're laying off what you said earlier, 70%.
Someone dropped in the chat that they're going to be laying off, about 70%, and that is a huge amount.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is why I've always been kind of against big mergers like this, because you lose so much. And it's not just the workforce, which is all of those jobs, and now that's going to have a huge upheaval, but you're also losing all of this content. They're shifting things around, and it just makes me worried about what's going to happen with the future of these companies and these people that worked for these companies.
Yeah, I guess it's still, even though it feels like we've had streaming for a long time, but I feel like also not that long, I guess, because we've had it, but it really started to take off, and I would say the age of like the 2020 pandemic, that's when, because everybody was home, what else do you do but stream content? So that kind of went into overhaul, and now is it because things are opening back up again? And I don't know. I also noticed that some people have commented saying that the Batgirl film didn't test well. But how do you let a film, if it didn't test well, how do you let a film go all the way to post-production?
Yeah, it went pretty far into post-production.
Then there were no reshoots, rewrites, which is so common on literally all the movies. Why not that if it tested not well? So I don't know. All right, you guys. Well, that MK says Zaslav is the same person who just axed a $3 million plus streaming service. 300 million streaming service just days after its launch. Oh, fun.
So, okay. So it makes sense. It seems
just
like this is
playing Fruit Ninja over there with their content.
I love that analogy. We're cutting this. So
double slice, papa. Mm-hmm. You know. Anyways.
But honestly, it seems like that's also one of his techniques, apparently. So if that's something that he does, is like, okay, chop. He's coming in here to trim just a little too much. But I would have loved to have been in one of those test screenings for
to see for ourselves.
Yeah, to see for ourselves, be like, to see what the heck Batgirl was all about, because I wanted to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys, this is the end of our live stream. I really enjoyed our conversation with all of you today, so thank you to everybody chiming in the chat. We try to read, like, a lot of them, but there was also, which thanks to everybody who contributed to the super chat. Thank you so much. So it was like, I kept on losing the comment that I was like reading, but in a good way.
And thank you all too for all those who have thumbs up this video. It really does help the algorithm out a lot here on the Movie Couple channel. So if you guys have been watching and you liked what we talked about and we liked all the different talks and discussions,
subscribe.
Please give us here. Subscribe. Also, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you guys. We have a lot of new content coming up onto the channel, so stay tuned. And yeah, we still have lots of fun things to come out.
And we'll see you guys on Saturday for another live stream as well. Bye, everybody.